Hello and welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Grace with creationalcodes.com and I'm so excited that you're here. Today we are breaking down victimhood in spirituality and all that is tied into that. So joyous that you're here. We haven't had like a proper sit down talk for a minute, so we're gonna go deep as always. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and let's get into the video. Also, if you didn't already know, I do energy healing and consultation and mentorship for people who are seeking advancements in their spirituality and also connectivity to their somatic body to become fully embodied in your greatest version of self, spiritually, bodily. You can find that at my website at creationalcodes.com. Okay guys, so the flaws of victimhood in spirituality. So this is kind of rampant in the spiritual spaces that I'm involved in. I don't know why, but everybody seems to be convinced that they are disempowered and that something is greater than them. And yes, that is true for the one true living God, that we are kind of moving through. God is more powerful than us. God is moving through us. We are with God, co-creating with God. You know, we're not just here with a huge egos like deciding everything, but so many people are disempowered to these identifications. So it's externally, they feel victimhood within their external environments, they feel victimhood in their spirituality, they feel like beings that are higher and above know more than them, are more powerful than them. And so many teachers in the spiritual community are condoning this, are saying, yes, these beings in the higher dimensional realms can hurt you, and they will, and they're malicious, and all of this stuff. And it's like, okay, that's great to know, but I'm interested in what I'm here to remember. Guys, we're gonna break down today what false spirituality is, and this looping of conditioning ourselves to forget who we are, conditioning ourselves to forget what it is that we're truly doing here. And in my opinion, what we're truly doing here is to become empowered, to remember who we are, to become liberated. Okay? So I hope and pray that this video can provide those of you who are needing that sustenance of what exactly is spirituality, because a lot of spaces in spirituality are becoming just loops of mental configuration, of spiritual knowledge, of spiritual information that doesn't actually support the human in their liberation. So you guys know me, I love activations, I love the dimensions, I love beings from higher dimensional planes, but I'm also absolutely in love with my human body. And I'm also absolutely in love with spiritual science and science. And we need to merge these two together, okay? So these beings from the higher dimensional planes are not more powerful than you. They cannot attack you for believing that you are more powerful than them. Your external world, family, friends, you're not going to be hurt by realizing who you truly are. It's going to be uncomfortable because you're changing. But this is how we grow, this is how we shift, and it's uncomfortable. But we cannot be disempowered anymore and believe that we are spiritual in our own little bubble, fearing the world, fearing the government, fearing politics, fearing everything. That's not true spirituality. Okay, so the three main topics we're gonna dip our toes into today is victimhood spirituality. Let's dive deeper into that. What the heck is that, and why is it so rampant? External conditioning upon our spirituality, upon your belief in yourself, upon your understanding of who you truly are. And true spirituality, which I just had this huge liberation. And I'm not saying that what you believe in is wrong, but I'm saying if you feel like your spirituality is looping and is completely mental, it's not somatic, it's not embodiment, it's not connectivity, it's all, I think this, my ego thinks this, I should do this, I can't do that. That's not spirituality. Okay? And people are pretending that that is spirituality. They're putting us in boxes. So we're going to liberate ourselves today and every day moving forward. Okay? So victimhood spirituality, victimhooded spirituality. So what are the mentalities of victimhooded spirituality? One that I see really commonly is that this is the life I've been handed. I am meant to suffer. I'm meant to be in torment. Another one is that I can never get out of this suffering. This is what I've been handed. This is what I've been placed. And even people who are highly elevated spiritual teachers, spiritual embodiment coaches, there is this belief that this is like our karmic duty or our lineage, and it's true in some ways. Our lineage line, when we're born into our lineage line, there can be heavy density that we're here to clear. Absolutely. And you should feel empowered by the gnosis that you are able to remember what it is that you're doing here. And that your ancestors were confused and lost and suffering and in pain and in traumatization, and you are the chain breaker. Okay, so when we're born into a lineage line that is filled with suffering, that is not an opportunity for us to be like, oh, well, it's just extra hard for me because I was born into this shitty experience. You chose that. Your soul wanted to experience that. Empower yourself by the gnosis that whatever you chose is your great learning. It is your great, experience. It's your school. It's your opportunity. Okay, another one is karma, like we talked about. Another one is negative beings. So many people in the spiritual community are convinced that psychic attacks mean something good. They love it. They're like, yeah, I get psychically attacked all the time and it's because I'm so lit. It's like, okay, that is true in an essence. The brighter you become, and I know this is triggering, and I'm fully expecting people to be pissed off at me for talking about this, but I cannot see it anymore. It's so ridiculous, in my opinion, to believe that you should be hurt, you should be targeted for being bright. Yes, these beings see you as a beacon and they're like, ooh, what is that bright light? Let me go see, let me go harness her energy, let me go siphon it. Perhaps, absolutely, that is something that happens all the time, especially when we're upgrading. But is that an opportunity for us to fall into victimhood, fall into disbelief, and fall into disempowerment of, oh, these beings are strong. Oh, I should be careful. I can't get too bright. Well, these beings are they're way smarter than me. We are constantly disempowering ourselves, and we are constantly forgetting who it is that we are, who it is that we are working with. God. Psychic attacks can be stopped immediately when you stop playing that game. When you stop playing the game of, oh, yeah, it hurts. Please don't do that to me. Oh, I'm suffering. I'm the victim again. This always happens to me. I believe it's true. Bro, I know so many incredible oracles who are like, yeah, I don't get psychic attacks anymore, because we've up leveled to a space now where you can say, no, not anymore. I'm embodied. I'm empowered. I know who I am. So negative beings cannot attack you once you know who you are, because you are brilliant, you are bright, you are aware of yourself. And we have the commandership capabilities now in this level of consciousness where we can understand what is coming in our field and say no and choose something different. So we can no longer be the victims in psychic attacks, because God protects us, God decides, and we have now reached the point where that's just not necessary. It's just not a truth anymore. It's a falsity. So why do some people love the attraction? Because it's dramatic. It's dramatic to be psychically attacked. It fulfills this need to be illused, to be taken from, to be hurt, to not be empowered, to be too powerful to be empowered. Because you're too bright. What would happen? We don't know. And it's too scary to find out. And this is where so many people are stuck, is I'm scared to be embodied because of what's going to happen. Are these beings going to attack me? Everybody seems to be getting attacked. And guys, like, there are levels to this, like, even with fame, and that's a video I want to talk about, is like, you see people aware, conscious of themselves, so bright, and then they become famous. They get so much attention, they get so much energy put onto them that they lose themselves. They lose who they are. They lose the truth of themselves. So this is self-mastery. This is empowerment of knowing your limitation. Knowing that if you're getting psychically attacked all the time and you're kind of involved in that dramaticism of, oh, maybe like it's an addiction to the drama, to the disempowerment of these beings are better than me. If that's your experience, maybe you need to pull back. Maybe you need to get out of some person's energy. Maybe like you need to understand what it is that you are interacting with to call these beings to you. And like, I think this is the next level of what we're going to be witnessing in the spiritual community as teachers rise into greatness, into fame. Like, how can we hold ourselves accountable with that level of attention on us, with that level of maliciousness watching us be bright, watching us be empowered? What's gonna happen? How can we hold space for ourselves with so much attention when fame comes, when wealth comes? Like, can we still stay centered without an ego, without a drive to be right, without a drive to be better than anyone else? Like, what's gonna happen? So this is like the next level of what I think the world is going to come into now. So many spiritual teachers are corrupt because they get attention and they get like this falsity enters their body where they want it all. They want it all. And like, is that true spirituality? Wanting everything? Wanting to conquer the world? It's not. So, this is something that, again, we can just watch and witness and just pay attention to and know yourself. Know who you are. But this video is all about empowering you and understanding what you've been conditioned to. Victimhood is self-centeredness because the ego is afraid. The ego is in pain. The ego is nervous. So it focuses all of its attention on its survival. Okay? Me. It's all about me. And I'm not calling anybody out. We're just talking. I know I can get intense, so if it seems like I'm like, I'm so sorry. But this was huge for me to realize that victimhood is self-centeredness. The ego, anxiety, it's self-centeredness. When we are in empowerment, it's all about the whole. It's all about everybody. It's not about us, because that is an emotion of fear. That is an experience of fear. I need to protect myself. I need to worry about myself. It's all about me. Somebody's looking at me like they're gonna get me. No, when you're empowered, you're whole. When you're empowered, you're in unity. Nothing can touch you. You're not afraid. So this is the mechanics of understanding what brainwave state we're in, what emotions are driving our lives, what experiences and thoughts are driving our lives. Okay, so then we get into external conditioning in spirituality. So this is like, again, we go online, we try to find our tribe, and there's like conditioning all around us telling us to think this, don't think this, family members telling us to do this, don't do this. And we get confused because people are dictating, conditioning us into an experience, into a box. This is how you survive. This is how you thrive. This is how you're spiritual. This is how you do this. This is how you eat. And it's a big disgrace to us, because it's a big disservice to us, because we are all meant to be here to learn through our own eyes. We all have our own intuition. We all have our own human design. We all have our own experience that we're here to have. So what somebody else is doing might not be fully what you need, but we're all here to teach each other and guide each other, right? So where have you been conditioned to believe that you are not enough, to believe that you should be in victimhood, to believe that you should be in lack, to believe that you are not truly able to be empowered? What would happen to you? Oh, that's scary. Like, maybe it's family members, maybe it's friends, maybe it's a spiritual group. Okay, so all of these things, they drive us into believing that we should be small, we should stay in the known, and we should be fearful of everything. Be fearful of everything because everything's out to get you. It's probably what these people will say to you. And that is just not true. That is just not true. You create the life. You create your life. You create everything around you. Okay, so am I afraid of the world exploding because people are talking about nuclear wars? No, I'm not. And the reason I'm not afraid is because I know God. I know God. I'm talking to God every day. And I'm not afraid of that because God's not putting it in my heart to be afraid of that. So I hope that that makes sense. So no one else is smarter than you in guruship. Nobody else is more spiritual and masterful in Source God and the relationship that you are meant to have with Source God than you are. Nobody knows your body better than you. Nobody knows the mechanics of creation more than you understand your mechanics with creation. Guys, it's so important that we remember that we're here to teach ourselves. We're here to remember, and all of these gurus that come along, like maybe I'm here supporting you, maybe I'm here reminding you, and I have teachers that are reminding me, and I have teachers that are empowering me. We're all here to remind each other, but nobody else knows better than you. Nobody else is gonna drive you to God, to Source, back home more than you. And every person you meet, every person that falls into your lap, that's your doing. That's you calling them in. That's you asking God, I want support on this topic. Boom, there's a person. I'm here to teach you. God, I really just need this health. I need health. Boom, try this practice. Can you listen? Can you observe? We are so empowered. We are so powerful. Everything in life is working for us, moving for us, working with us, helping us remember who we are. So please don't feel disempowered by your family telling you that you're not who you believe in your heart that you are, telling you that you can't do that thing that you really want to do, telling you that you're not actually as smart as you think you are. Any person that is, dictating to you who you are, release them. Find out for yourself, who are you? And this is true spirituality. True spirituality is empowerment. True spirituality is you remembering who you are. You remembering that you are co-creating with God, that you are working in tandem with God, and that is your greatest will, that is your greatest service in this life, is to work with God. Not to, yes, we all need teachers. And I know, I really want to make that clear that I believe that we need teachers. There are people who are ahead of us in the path that we get to see and follow and love and learn from. But if that person makes a weird decision that we don't agree with, you can't put all of your eggs in that basket and be like, well, that person said that this is gonna happen, and that if you do this, that you're gonna be corrupt, or if you do this, you're not gonna be saved by God, whatever. You don't have to believe that. That's a choice. That's their choice to believe that. It's a choice to believe in whatever it is that pulls you closer to God, helps you find God. That's all that we're doing here, is finding God, empowering ourselves, choosing Source, becoming clean, becoming clear, understanding deeper, becoming closer to God, becoming empowered, remembering we're co-creators. Clean, clean, clean. That's all we're doing here. So I'm lit for this. Like, I'm so excited about this life and what we're coming into and what we're learning. And I'm just so in awe of life, of Creator. You don't have to be stuck in the drama. You don't have to be stuck in the fear anymore. You don't have to be stuck in the limitation, in the box, in the labels, in the shoulds, in the couldn'ts, in the coulds, in the woulds, in the you should do this, you shouldn't do that. What does your heart want? What does your soul want? You're allowed to have that. You're allowed to look for that. And you're allowed to let go of like everything. It's just so funny, like, to finish this video and to just be real with you guys. Like, so many of my teachers that I used to follow are fear-mongering, are like talking about, if you do this, you're not gonna make it to the other side, or like you're gonna, you know, lose your spirituality, or you're gonna get corrupted. And it's like, why are we fear-mongering? Why are we paying attention to so much fear? I'm fully convinced that at any point in time, somebody can be fully healed. Somebody can be fully returned. That is a consciousness. That is a choice. That is my belief, and I know it to be true about myself. Because some days I'm down in the dumps, and other days I am with God fully. So, like, don't be afraid, because, like, we're just here experiencing, and there's no black or white. Release the black and white. Release the belief that you are in danger to trust yourself. You're not in danger to trust yourself, to try new things, to take the leap, to do something different. That's not true. Okay? So trust yourself. Find out what is lighting you up. What do you want to do? What's your life path? Like, what is lighting you up that you want to try? Try it. Do it. Just become it. Embody it. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be sharing more and more and more as I become more masterful in my experience and try new things and become more embodied. And like, guys, I'm working so hard to become embodied so that I can show up 110% to just help people become that as well. That is like what is lighting me up, driving me, is to just help people become their greatest self, not what somebody else is telling them, not what somebody else is fear-mongering them to do. No fear. That's the lowest vibration, okay? So I love you so much. If you want more meditation videos, please check out Creational Alchemy. You can find it on my Facebook. It's a new Facebook group I've created. I'll also have it in the description down below. It's going to have a lot of meditations personalized to the group there. Pretty advanced, but also I'm going to tie in like basic practices to make sure it's very powerful. As well, please make sure to like this video and subscribe if you're still here. And I love you so much, and I will see you next time.